are other people the victims of your frustration from boundaries that weren't set or boundaries that weren't respected? And so today we're going to be talking about how to set boundaries, and then are boundaries being selfish or are they self-care? And I think at this point it's all about self-preservation. Many times in the workplace, women get angry that people aren't respecting their boundaries and their breaks and all these other kind of things. And they don't respect me when I'm at home, and they're sending me emails at 3 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night. They're calling me. But here's the thing. I always have a question. Did you respond to an email that was sent to you at 1 o'clock in the morning? So that let the people know that you were available. And here's the thing about leadership, crazy leaders who have ridiculous expectations. There are no boundaries unless you set them. And a lot of times when I think about these articles that say you need to ensure the psychological safety of your employees, not for high achievers who don't set boundaries for themselves. If you respond at 1 o'clock in the morning because you want to feel needed, because you want to feel important, because you want to have their back, don't be mad that they're going to send you another one and another one. And so you never drew a line in the sand of what you will tolerate. And, winners have no obstacle. And you're talking to leaders, and some of them are crazy. I want to be clear. But you've now just trained them that you'll be there, you'll be with them to be able to get them to where they're going while you're left behind. And so whenever somebody emails you at a certain time, either you be like, I don't take calls after this time, I don't answer emails, then that's something that you have to set up for yourself. And whether that's expressed or like unanswered, that's something that you need to do. And my COO, who's a workaholic, who works for an amazing boss, but she's a little crazy sometimes. She lives in a different country, and she'll be emailing me at, if it's 7 o'clock my time, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll be like, hey man, like I'm just sending you this email for tomorrow. So we had to have a conversation because I burn out. And because whenever she's burnt out, she's not at her best. So we had to have this conversation of, I don't expect for you to write me back. You bet not have a notification on your phone that signals, which she did, an email that came from me so she could answer me. That's not what I expect of you. That's not what I want of you. That's not what I expect of you. But I expect that when you're on, and not allow your drive and your unwillingness to set expectations and boundaries with your boss, or it's just a miscommunication because I was just trying to get out of my head. And so I'm going to show y'all a screenshot right quick of one of my clients, because between not setting boundaries for breaks, sleep time, morning routine, self-care, having all these things that are going to allow you to be emotionally healthy. Now, when it comes to setting boundaries, or when somebody comes to ask you, are you willing to take somebody else's job? You'll say yes, because you want to demonstrate to them that you have value. How many of y'all, put me in the chat or raise your hand, that at your job, when they're reorganizing, or Tony left, or Nancy is out on maternity leave, they ask you to take that person's job? Everybody's done it. Then you end up doing Nancy, Tony, and John's job. You're doing 3 to 4 people's jobs. Look, without failing. Right? Like, you don't miss a deadline. You not only have your job, you got 4 people's jobs, but you still, now they don't know you crazy, because you can't tell the truth. You're doing 4 people's jobs. Why would they now hire somebody else? Why would they bring in somebody else when you're doing a phenomenal job? Cheryl is doing a great job by doing, I can't believe she's doing it. We saving so much money, and then they get the bonus and you don't get the promotion. Oh, they get the bonus for recouping $300,000 to $400,000 in salaries that they don't have to pay out. They get a bonus for that, and you don't get a promotion. And now you're over there crazy, hair falling out, and you're doing 4 people's jobs, including your own. And now you're not doing it that well. And then over time, let's say a year or 2 from now your performance starts to deteriorate, and then you're not promotable. And then you get your feelings hurt because now the new manager comes in. The new manager don't even know that you're doing 4 people's jobs. They thought that was your job. So can y'all see how these toxic and ridiculous cycles are set? Because the first time somebody said, hey, do you want to take this person's job? You was like, but let's talk about it. So I'm going to show y'all a screenshot right quick. This is my client, January 25, 2024. Somebody was like, hey, Phil and left. We need to fill Phil's job. Are you willing to take his role? Now, the background is you need to know who you are. You need to know your value in the market, and you need to fully be able to own how great you are and know that this job is just a job, and I don't have to be here. You knowing who you are, your value in the market, and knowing that you'll take their money, but you don't need their money, but I'll take your money because I'm giving you an exchange of my intellectual property, my time, and my value, but I don't have to be here. That is the biggest form of job security you can ever have in your life. A lot of y'all get these secure jobs and y'all are playing safe, but they're not safe. Or you're going to get a degree to be able to ensure your job security. You knowing how great you are and being able to articulate it and showing up to do your role respectfully because you love what you do, but you also know that they need you more than you need them. That's the greatest sense of job security. So anyway, so they was like, hey, Phil is leaving. Are you willing to take on his role? She was like, no. They were like, well, can you take it? That there's a difference in will you and now can you? She was like, no, I'm not looking for extra responsibility. That's not her job. Phil's job is not her job. And she know I don't have to be here. Now I'm going to take y'all money as long as we're here. I like what I do. I'm cool. Phil leaving your department ain't got nothing to do with me. And she didn't say it like that, but she was like, no, I'm not looking for any additional responsibility. And they said, well, can you take it? She said, all right, well, let me consider it. Let's talk about it. As long as we can agree that this is temporary. How long? How long do y'all need? So she set the expectation. How long? They said 90 days. She said, okay. Now, she set an intention of, I'll do it, but this can't be forever. Because that's not what I came here for. That's not what I signed up for. That's not my department. It's not my job. And I'm not willing to take Phil's job to show y'all that I have value because she noticed she has value. Does this make sense to you? Put make sense in the chat. I want to be 100% clear when you know who you are. And she wasn't being nasty about it. She was just having a rational conversation. And so the challenge that a lot of people have with regards to jobs, you can't have a rational conversation because you're afraid. You're afraid of losing the job because you think you need that job more than they need you. And that's a challenge. They were like, okay, 90 days. She said, okay, well, if I do his job for 90 days, it has to be temporary. And I want a 30% increase added to my base pay for the additional work. They said, okay. They said, okay, so fast, y'all. She was mad that she didn't ask for 50%. So she got a 30% increase, was approved, went into effect 6 days later. So she got an extra $4,000 a month added to her salary for 90 days. Are you caught in a cycle of disrespect from people who you've never told them and taught them and trained them on how to treat you? This goes for personal relationships, and it also goes into jobs. When it comes to your job, if you feel like you're a hostage to your job, then it's like, what boundaries can I set? And so I have other clients. One of them was like, okay, she blocked her calendar out from 12 to 1 because 12 to 1 was when she took lunch and she wanted to relax and decompress. She was doing DEI. She took a break. And once she blocked her calendar out, they didn't ask her, what are you doing? I have a client that I interviewed a couple of months ago. She'll block out her calendar to put her kids on the bus and get them off. She'll block out her calendar 2 days and 2 hours in the daytime to be riding horses. Over there in Singapore. You know what makes me happy? I want to ride my horses more. She blocked out her calendar. Like, have you blocked your calendar out for times to do things that make you happy? Are you just working to prove that you have value? And because you're working all the time, you're exhausted, you're burnt out, you're a little crazy. Now you don't have time or the energy or the aptitude to be able to claim how great you already are. And you walking around feeling depleted and deflated, wanting people to feel sorry for you, and they don't. And you forgot how powerful you are because you're tired and you're burning out. Number 2, manage your expectations and meet people where they are. Here's the thing about high achievers. High achievers will give, do, give, do, do, do. And the one time you do ask for something, people get mad because we have taught people to need us. We have trained people to be takers, and we don't expect anything in return. And when we do expect something, they ain't got it. They mad because we have trained people to need us and to like us. And we have trained our family to call us to help them move. Hey, man, Christy, can you help me move? No, I did help my cousins move. I ain't gonna front for Christmas. So I don't even know if this example is gonna be valid. And I did enjoy it. But when you become that go-to person where they're always calling you to help you move, and this happens a lot more with men. Your cousin to move 50 times, and he called you 50 times to come help him move from one place to the next place to the next place. And now you 40 something. You don't you don't have a 20-year-old back. And they keep moving. Hey man, hire a moving company. Does that make sense? And so when I think about setting the boundaries and meeting people where they are and manage your expectations, y'all see when I lit up, when I said I helped my cousins move, I actually enjoyed that. And if what somebody's asking you to do is drudgery where you don't enjoy it, it's okay to say no. I ain't doing that. No, I don't want to do that. You can just say no. No is a complete sentence. Put no in the chat. No. Manage your expectations and meet people where they are. Here's the thing about what I learned with my family when I was in my brother's house, smoked out and just burnt out. And I had to learn these things the hard way, y'all. I had to burn out and lose my whole mind. I promise you, I had 2% brain capacity left. I singed my brain in stage 12 burnout to a place that I'm not sure if people ever come back from, ever. And so it took me to lose everything, because once I lost my mind, I couldn't make any money because I couldn't get a job. I was psychologically unemployable. I could not talk for a year. All I could do was drink liquor and watch Lord of the Rings. I had nothing. So I'm coming here to share with you all these things and these lessons. So don't be like me. Put in the chat, I don't want to be like you. So you can't be mad at people who don't respect boundaries that you didn't set. Manage your expectations of people. Meet them where they are. Don't be trying to change people. Just own who you are, own that you're grown, and go do you. So with that, y'all, take care. God bless.